When I see a fellow dreamer, I give them my utmost respect. Even if I don't understand what their dream is. I know a dreamer when I see one. And I've met many powerful dreamers in my life. None more powerful than a man who calls himself Little Nas X. I met this nigga at a party. I had no idea who he was. But the minute he walked in that party, I knew I was in his dream. Everybody in the party was another dreamer. Everyone was famous, but when that nigga walked in, he was dressed like C-3PO. He was shining. And everyone was like, oh my God, there he is. That's Lil Nas X. I didn't know who he was. And for some reason, out of all them dreamers, he walked right up to me. And he said, I tried to get you in my video. I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. I said, what? I said, what? What video? And he just looked at me like, you know what video, and walked away. And I watched him walk away. I said, man, this nigga's having a very powerful dream. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of when we was in grade school. Remember in grade school, the teacher would ask everybody what they want to be? Timmy, what do you want to be when you grow up? And Timmy acted like he had an idea. He'd stand up, he'd say, I want to be a fireman. And the teacher would say, Timmy, that is a beautiful dream. But Timmy didn't mean it. Timmy said he wanted to be a fireman because deep down, Timmy's attracted to fire. And by the time he's 14 years old, this nigga's a full-blown pyromaniac, playing with kerosene and matches like a goddamn expert. And then one night he goes downtown with his buddies, fucking around with fire, and burns a warehouse down. And he doesn't know it, but there's 13 migrant workers from El Salvador, and they're in that motherfucker, they get trapped, and then they die in the fire. Isn't that a tragedy? It was an accident. He's only 14 years old, but he's black. So they try him as an adult. And Timmy ends up spending the rest of his life in jail. Dream deferred. Burp, burp. What about you, Billy? Billy, what do you want to be when you grow up? And Billy stands up and he says, I want to be president of the United States. And the teacher says, oh my God, Billy, that is a wonderful dream. And Billy means that shit. Billy does everything right. That motherfucker gets his grades up. He joins student government. He even does extracurricular activities like show choir just to make his resume look good. He's on track to be president, but junior year he wipes. When he's 16, he gets his girlfriend pregnant and has to drop out of high school to make ends meet. But lucky for him, the local Walmart's hiring. By the time he's 20 years old, this motherfucker makes assistant manager at Walmart. He's the youngest one in the district. He says, oh my God, if I can keep this up for 4 more years, I could be a manager. And if I can keep this up for 6 more years after that, I could even be a regional manager and have as many as 3 Walmarts under my control. And he's a big picture guy. He sees where this path is going, so he kills himself. Well, what about you? What do you want to be when you grow up? I don't want to say, because I don't want the other kids to laugh at me. Who cares if they laugh? Your dream is yours. Own your dream so they can come true. Say it loud and proud. What do you want to be when you grow up? Little Nas X. And that nigga stood up in front of the whole class. I want to be the gayest nigga that ever lived. I want to do a music video and slide down a stripper pole all the way to the depths of hell and suck the devil's dick at 10 o'clock on BET while all the kids are awake and can see me. Shockingly, that was the only dream that worked out. That's why I'm here tonight in the city where I built the dreams that I live. Because I wanted to tell you all that they came true. And I wanted to thank you all for making the man that I am today. Yes, I am living a very powerful dream. Every time I come to this city and I stand in front of you, I realize that, my God, man, this is not my dream at all. It's yours. And I am honored to be in it. Thank you very much, Washington, D.C. I'll see you next time. Kevin says, good night. The crowd goes crazy. And then everyone starts walking to his door and the lights come on. And then my son is just standing there looking at an empty stage. People are pushing past me and nobody's recognizing me. I'm like, man, this place fucking sucks. I said, come on, son, let's get out of here. And then my son looks back at me and he says, Dad, please, I have to meet him. I was like, oh my God. So I took him backstage. I've known Kevin for years, but can you believe I was scared to knock on his dressing room door? I almost said, I said, son, I haven't seen him for a long time, but And one of Kevin's goons opened the door. Hey, what's up, Dave Chapelle? What you doing, man? It's good to see you, brother. What you doing in this area? This is a terrible area. Yeah, actually, I live around here. Listen. Is Kevin here? My son just wanted to meet him real quick. Well, I don't know, because Kevin's about to eat dinner. Just think Kevin came around the corner to see who it was. What? Oh, shit. What's up, Dave? Come on back. I was just about to have dinner. I don't know if you guys ate, but you're welcome to join me if you like. And then my son pushed past me some cold shit. He goes, actually, Mr. Hart, we haven't eaten in several hours. Man, Kevin took us into his back room. This guy had a fucking spread. It was Tuesday night. This motherfucker was having Sunday dinner. It was steaks, chops, corn with butter all over it. My son was eating all fast, embarrassed me. I was like, slow down, son. Then I looked over in the corner and there was a box. Custom-made jerseys for the local team. Each one was hand-stitched, and on the back they stitched on the K Hart on all of them. Kevin saw me staring at that box, and he went over and grabbed one of them jerseys, and he walked right to my son. He said, hey, little man, I want you to have this. And my son was like, thanks, Mr. Hart. This is when I got mad. He goes, if your father ever makes you mad, put that on. And he walked out. Oh, that was some cold shit. Then I realized, I looked up what Kevin made on Google. I couldn't believe that shit. Kevin is the first comedian that a Drake song could be about. Kevin could walk around his house and sing All Me, and the whole song would still be true. Got everything, I got everything. I cannot complain, I could die. I don't even know how much I really made. I forgot. It's a lot. Fuck that, never mind what I got. And his wife be like, Kevin, come to bed. He'd be like, ho, shut the fuck up. I got way too much. You know how much money you have to tell a girl to shut the fuck up? I have quiet please money at best. I'd have to take a loan out for shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, that's Jay-Z money. And Beyonce got, no, you shut the fuck up. Let's not forget, I've never met Bill Cosby, so I'm not defending him. But let's just remember that he has a valuable legacy that I can't just throw away. I remember that he's the first black man to ever win an Emmy in television.
I also remember that he's the first guy to make a cartoon with black characters where their lips and noses were drawn proportionally. I remember that he had a television show that got numbers equivalent to the Super Bowl every Thursday night. And I remember that he partnered up with a clinical psychologist to make sure that there was not one negative image of African Americans on his show. I'm telling you, this is no small thing. I've had a television show. I wouldn't have done that shit. Gave tens of millions of dollars to African American institutions of higher learning and is directly responsible for thousands of black kids going to college, not just the ones he raped. Here comes the kicker. You ready? Here's the fact that I heard but haven't confirmed. I heard that when Martin Luther King stood on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial and said he had a dream, he was speaking into a PA system that Bill Cosby paid for. Do you understand what I'm saying? The point is this. He rapes, but he saves. And he saves more than he rapes, but he probably does rape. Thank you very much. Good night. Wait, I forgot. The fourth time I met O.J. Simpson. The fourth time is not the funniest time, but it was the last time I'd see the juice. For some reason, I was at the Kentucky Derby. It's a very long story. This is right after I quit Chapelle show in spectacular fashion. There was a party hosted by Michael Jordan, and every athlete I'd ever admired was in that room. Yes. And then I saw a familiar face by the bar, standing there, drinking alone. It was Chris Tucker. Now, you have to remember, at this time, we were both technically missing. And we went over and were talking with one another, and motherfuckers were amazed to see us together. Seeing me and Chris Tucker at that point would be like seeing Bigfoot riding a unicorn. You wouldn't believe that's what you were saying. And then, through all the gawkers, a familiar face pushed through the crowd. Here he was again, the Juice. He had his camera ready. He was like, Dave, Chris, good to see you guys. Hey, come on, guys, let's all get together for a picture. And at the same time, me and Chris were like, no. I can't do that. Sorry, Juice, my career's too flimsy to survive a picture with you. That's the end. Good night. One last thing before you go. I just wanted to acknowledge, for the real comedy fans, we can't not acknowledge it. We lost a fucking juggernaut in comedy this week. So I'm just shouting out the family and friends of Gary Shandling. Much love to you guys. My sincerest of condolences. And for the hip-hop fans in the building, put two fingers up in the air. The Tribe Called Quest and my man Fight Dog, may you rest in peace forever and ever. Thank you for that beautiful music. Good night, everybody. Thank
you. November 2003. I'm a junior in college at NYU. I'd been doing stand-up maybe 2 years. My mom calls me up. She says, Aziz, are you coming home for Thanksgiving? And I said, Ma, you know the money I set aside to come home for Thanksgiving? There's been a change of plan. Dave Chapelle is doing some shows in San Francisco, at the Punchline, and I gotta go see that. And she's like, who is Dave Chapelle? I said, he's maybe the greatest comedian alive. She says, is that the guy that goes, I'm Rick James, bitch? And I said, yes. She said, he's hilarious, have a good time. And I went to those shows. I saw it was like 6 shows that he did at the Punchline, and these were those Dave Club shows where he did, you know, really long sets that went to like 4 or 5 in the morning, and they were hilarious, and they were thought-provoking, and it was incredible. And since then, I've gotten to know Dave as a friend. We've done shows together. Beyond being an incredible performer, he is an incredible human being. I remember a moment one time we were at a party. Someone came up to him to ask for a photo, and he said, hey, we're not here to take pictures. We're here to make memories. And that's a beautiful sentiment. And that's how he lives his life. He treats every moment like it has a potential to be a wonderful memory, you know? Early this year, Dave and I, we did some shows together in Austin, Texas. We finished the shows, and we were in the green room together, and Dave said, what kind of night are you trying to have tonight, Aziz? And I says, you know, I'm probably gonna take it easy. We went hard yesterday, we got shows tomorrow. And he said, well, you wanna eat these psychedelic mushrooms I got? They're supposed to be amazing. Sorry, Dave's family. I said, I don't know, Dave. Maybe I'll just take it easy and get some rest for tomorrow. And he said, well, Aziz, no one knows this, but tomorrow they're gonna announce that I am the winner of the Mark Twain Prize for American Humor. And he said, what are you gonna tell your kids 20 years from now, Aziz? Are you gonna tell them I was there the day Dave Chapelle found out he won the Mark Twain Award and we ate mushrooms together and we had the night of our lives? Or are you gonna tell them you got some sleep? And I said, Dave, you got a point. Let's eat those mushrooms. To Twain.
This is some real shit. I think if dogs could talk, neglected dogs, they would sound like Dave Chapelle. like if you leave him in the backyard too long, he'd be complaining, be like, oh shit, son, I need somebody to come back here. Nobody feeds me. Ow!
Yeah, the jacket is fresh as fuck.
Oh!
Fucking mafia.
Hey, Ron, how are you? I'm going to piss.
It looks like you just got back from beating up motherfuckers. First time anyone ever brought me on stage, guy named JT Newton. I don't even know, is JT alive? Oh. Seriously?
He lives in Long Island.
Well, that's good news. You ever think a nigga was dead, but he just lived in Long Island? I went to the comedy club with my very best friend. We're still friends to this day. We showed up early. It was 5 o'clock. Back in those days, all you had to do to be a comedian was show up early enough to sign the list. It was 20 spots. I came right after school. I picked 7. My best friend at the time picked the 5th. He bombed. He didn't make it. JT introduced me. He said, folks, everybody's got to start somewhere, and tonight, this young man is starting here. I remember it like it was yesterday. He said, you might be witnessing the birth of a star. Please welcome Dave Chapelle. I went by myself, but by the time I went on, my mother, who was here tonight, and her mother, who is no longer with us, showed up. I begged you not to come. Oh, I begged her not to come. I said, the only way I can handle this is to confront it. So I went to my grandmother and I said, listen, Nana, listen. I'm gonna say you some things tonight that you have never heard me say.
And Mom, you'll appreciate this. Do you remember what your mother said to me?
She said, I've heard worse.
No. She said, baby, do this shit. It was on. I guess what I'm trying to say to you, Mom, not only thank you, but I told you so.
There are times when you need someone.
Yeah, Dave.
I will be by your
We love you, brother. Yes.
There is a light that shines
Yeah.
special for you and me.
I never knew a la like this. Gotta be something for me to write this. Queen, I ain't seen you in a minute. Wrote this letter and finally decide to send it. Signed, sealed, delivered for us to grow together. Love has no limit. Let's spin it slow forever. Your heart is weathered by what studs did to you. I ain't gon' salt them. I did it too. Cause of you feelings I handle with care. Brothers recognize your light. They can't handle the glare. Hey, I ain't the type to walk around with matching shirts. A relationship is effort. I match your work. Be the one that make you happiest, hurt you the most. The end is near. Come close
To the what?
to the most high. Regardless of what happened on him, let's rely.
There are times
Yeah, yo.
when you need someone.
Say what? Come on.
I will be by your side.
Yeah, let them know about the light, y'all. Come on.
There is a light that shines.
It shines so-
special for you and
Yeah,
me.
yeah. Tick a da, tick a da, tick a tick a da, tick a da, tick a da, tick a tick a da, tick a da, tick a da, tick a tick a da. Yo, I tell you the rest when I see you. Peace. Dave, you the greatest, baby. We love you, man. The greatest, brother. A beacon of light.
I met Dave
It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I look out the window. It was a fucking baby standing on a corner. Look at this. And the baby didn't even look scared. He was just standing there. I mean, it made me sad. It made me sad, really. You know what I mean? Because I wanted to help the baby. I was like, I don't trust you either. I'm sorry. Click. Click.
I remember we were together in Vancouver, and he came over to smoke a joint. And that's exactly what he did. He came over, and he smoked a joint. The whole thing. Like by himself. While pontificating about everything that's wrong with the world. I'll tell you what's wrong with the world. A lack of sharing. I think it's puff, puff, pass, not puff, 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 puff. Dave, can you believe this? You're getting the freaking Mark Twain Prize. You deserve it. It's the right thing. It's actually perfect that you're getting the Mark Twain Prize because you both love using the N-word in your masterpieces.
Why is it that I can say the word nigger with impunity, but I can't say the word faggot? And she said, because, David, you are not gay. I said, well, Renee, I'm not a nigger either.
The fact that you're here is all I ever knew.
I first became aware of Dave Chapelle right around before the first Nutty Professor, because I was supposed to play that role that he played. And then I kind of saw him, and I was like, hey, that guy, right, that kid would be funny playing that role.
I try to be peaceful, but now it's time for Reggie to karate-size your ass. Woo!
Dave is so much smarter than everyone. Like, Dave is one of the most, maybe the most intellectual comedian ever.
It took us 400 years to figure out as a people that white people's weakness the whole time was kneeling during their national anthem. That's a brittle spirit. That's right, nigga. On the rock, it's regular. Ah! Ah! What are you doing, nigga? Stand up!
He stretched the art form and his impact on the culture. He is the voice of his generation, without question. Nobody's even close to him.
Okay. My daughter's back there, and I'm just so grateful, Dave, that I got to meet you before I had my daughter. No, that's a good thing. Because you taught me how to be a better man. You teach me how to be a better man. And so I just realized it. That's him, right? That's your boy.
Jack, he's as old now as you were when I met you. Saw you on YouTube, that video with the girl.
Yeah.
You made me happy, man. You look like you. You were just doing it, bro.
I gotta say, I'm not kidding, probably the best scene I've ever done with another actor. Really. I wrote it for you. It took 2 years, but you gave your soul to me in that day. And the fact that you showed up, I mean, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe you did me that favor. And I'll never forget it, man. It was and I love that it's locked forever on screen because it was so beautiful. And the whole set was just crackling with what happens when you're around Dave Chapelle. So this is a very, very unique individual. The other thing I just want to say is I don't know how it happened. I don't know with the genetics. And growing up in D.C., the Duke Ellington School, first doing stand-up at 8 years old, I don't know what combination occurred to make you who you are, but I'm just so lucky I'm alive the same time you are so I can watch you be a human and an artist. And we throw this term around, genius. And when I think about genius, you think like maybe aloof, socially unaware. You're even unique as a genius because you have a trait that is it's empathy. You know, you treat everybody the same. That's my favorite thing about you. So thank you, my friend. I'm still mad about SNL. In the monologue, you did say, you know, you were at the White House.
And it was a huge party. And everybody in there was black except for Bradley Cooper for some reason.
And you saw a sea of faces. There was one white guy, and it was me. You're like, oh, Bradley Cooper's here. We went together, motherfucker. What are you talking about? I love you, bro. I love you.